Hi guys, welcome back to another Apex Racing Academy basic track guide tutorial. Alex Simpson in the car with Antoine Higelin here in the Porsche 911 at Sebring, no doubt. Very bumpy circuit, tricky one for week number one. Going to be interesting to see how the strength of field broadcast goes. Should be great turnout and a lot of fun for this race because it's a great track to race. And actually, the Porsche handles the bumps really, really well. As always, a little half-speed lap guide for you. If you haven't seen these before, you'll have a little half-speed guide, and then I will shut up for the next one, and we'll just do a full-speed one for you to look at. Now, this lap, the setup for this is all shared in the community area as well, so you can come and grab that setup and the community data pack, so the optimal laps to import into your system. Although I do believe there's a little glitch going on with iRacing right now, so hopefully they get that fixed. There's a nice speed lap for you as well, and the actual replay file as well for you to grab. So go and grab that. It's available to everyone. If you're watching this on Facebook, there's links in the description, as there will be on YouTube for it as well. Right. I've talked enough. Here we go. Obviously important when you're doing a quality lap coming out of sunset to make sure you maximize your exit speed out there. So back up the corner going in. Get yourself out onto this right hand side. You want to get as close to the wall as possible. We're braking just after the Chevy sign. Down all the way into fourth gear. Looking for the cone. You know, we want to apex basically around about that cone area and picking up the gas pedal just a little bit before that. A slightly later apex will mean that you don't have to worry about that exit runoff area too much there. Brake before the 3 marker on the right hand side. Keep as far over to the right as possible. Try not to let the car drift in too much. And we want a later apex. You can see that second sort of where it tightens up. That's the important one to hit there. Keep the car over to the right here. Very important to do that. And again, it's this second part of this curb here that tightens up. That's where we're aiming to apex. We want to pick up the gas just as we get on there. And again, if you go for the later of the two, sort of where the curb tightens up, you won't have any issues with that exit curb at all there. But if you attack the first part, then you're definitely going to struggle. Hopefully you will have carried good exit speed coming out of the first sector. Get yourself lined up on the left here. We're braking really early here in this car, way before the 4 marker. A little bump there as well that can cause the car to lock up. So avoid those fronts locking and the rears going into the hairpin. Very traditional, halfway through the apex. You want to hit that inside curb and then just get onto that gas gently, because it is obviously quite tight there. It's possible to lose the car. Straighten the car up as quickly as possible so you get a good run down and onto this straightaway section. Get yourself ready for the next hairpin, and we're going to brake just before the 4 marker again. Not too far before, not as much as the first hairpin. We're braking similar sort of levels as well. Down again into second gear, trying to avoid hitting the curb on the right here. That will just give you a better exit, as we want to basically really be aggressive through this left-hander, flat out. Again, if you can just avoid the curbs, shouldn't have any issue maintaining flat out there. Fortunately, the Porsche is pretty nice and compliant over them, so there's not too much issues. Early braking for this right-hander. Important not to carry too much speed through here. If you push wide here, you're going to lose loads of time in the next straightaway section. So if you have to, get the braking done just a little bit earlier to make sure that you can get on the gas nice and early. Slow in, fast out. Really important for that corner. One of the most critical corners to get right on this circuit. Through the fast left-handers, just sort of glance the apex through there, and as we come up to the second one, we're sort of having a little lift as well, getting ourselves ready for this right-hander. You don't want to carry too much speed into here as well, as it really will affect you going onto the sort of like the penultimate straight. Hug that curb on the right there, and that will allow us to get a good line through here on the left. We're going to use all of the track and a little bit more on the right here, just so that we can get a better exit onto like I say, the penultimate straight. Use all the curb here, avoid the grass and gravel, and you will avoid getting yourself an off track as well. Now down into one of the corners on any circuit that you can take so many different ways. There's so many different lines through here. There's bumps everywhere. There's tighter lines that are really bumpy. There's middle lines that are nice, a bit smoother. There's wider lines that carry more speed, but again, quite bumpy. Antoine just takes a slightly tighter line in, just getting quite close to the wall. Doesn't run out too far wide. I've seen other people way over to the white line or run the car right through the middle of the circuit. Antoine choosing just to hug it nice and tight. It's a little bit bumpy there. You just have to be ready for them. But then you pick up the gas nice and early. Let the car bleed out wide. Try to keep it inside the grassy area there, because it can spit you out into the wall on the right hand side. And that is a lap of Sebring. Right, guys, just going to zip it back and play it through at full speed for you. Any questions you've got, just post it on the free community area. Myself and Antoine will come back and try and answer them the best we can. Thanks a lot, guys, and see you again next week.